NFL Week 1 is here, and a new season means new ways to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Fans have spoken. We want to bet touchdowns. DraftKings heard us and is delivering. DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $250 in bonus bets instantly, plus 1 month of NFL Plus Premium on us. DraftKings Sportsbook app, use code Shannon. That's code Shannon for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium on us. Offer ends 9/19, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
The days are warmer, the walks are longer, and one easy way to help your dog shine this season is with fresh, healthy food from Farmer's Dog. Farmer's Dog makes fresh, real food and delivers it right to your door. Recipes are developed by vet nutritionists, made from real meat and veggies, and proportioned just for your dog, making it easy to say goodbye to burnt brown balls. Feed your dog real food with real benefits. My Pomeranian Teddy loved the stuff, and his coat has never looked better. It's smart, healthy pet food you can feel good about feeding your pup. And it's the best option for your dog of all life stages because it's not kibble, it's not canned goo, it's real healthy food. And it doesn't matter if your dog is young or old, it's always the right time to begin investing in their health. That means more happy, healthy, full years together. Get 50% off the first box of your fresh, healthy food from farmersdog.com/nightcap. Plus, you get free shipping. Just go to farmersdog.com/nightcap to get 50% off. That's farmersdog.com/nightcap.
Gentlemen, and thank you for joining us again for another episode of Nightcap. I am your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 85, the route runner extraordinaire, the Bingo Ring of Fame honoree, a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro from Liberty City, Samo Juco, Oregon State, to the Bengals. Y'all know him, Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that like button. And do us a favor. Go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Remember, every podcast subscriber counts, and we thank you for counting and helping us grow. Make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. If we don't have it on a state or a city near you, you can order it online, and we'll ship it right to your door. And we're taking orders. Please go follow my media company page on all platforms. That's Shea Media, and my clothing company, 84. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. Everything is 20% off currently. Thank you. Ocho, woo! Number 10, Florida State.
Man.
Now, you was number 10 last week when you went over to Ireland, and I think, and Georgia Tech beat you. You come home, you're still number 10, and you lose at home to Boston College. Now they fall
unacceptable
0-2, 28-13 losers to Boston College. Let me see if I can get this name right. DJ Uiagalelei. Did I say it right, Ocho?
Just say DJU. DJU. Matter of fact, DJ Unbelievable, because that his performance tonight was unbelievable.
Yeah, Ocho. I mean, you do realize he was at Clemson before Trevor Lawrence got there.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence has been in the league like 3-4 years.
Yes, sir.
So
what does that tell you? If I'm not mistaken, he's on his third team. This is his third team.
Clemson, Oregon State, now FSU. That performance wasn't good enough, Ocho. You watched the game. Talking to us about what you saw.
I'm upset. It makes me sick. As a resident of the state of Florida, I'm embarrassed. The best football team in Tallahassee is Florida A&M. Performances like tonight is why coaches get fired. DJU, you have to play better. You can't compete at any level, whether it's Pee-wee, junior high, flag football, college, high school, in the NFL. It comes down to the most important position on the field, the quarterback position. The team goes as the quarterback goes. Tonight, it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. I'm not sure if he's the best fit. I'm not sure if he's the best option. But if Florida State wants to compete the rest of the season, they're going to have to make a decision at the quarterback position. Unless magnificently, the quarterback turns it around in some way, shape, form, or fashion. His confidence right now, Unc, his confidence is shot. Shot out to Brian. I'm talking about shout out to Bill O'Brien on having a Boston College team that was ready to play, especially defensively. I love the quarterback, Castellanos. Did I say that right? Castellanos. Castellanos. You know, he played some good football. He played some good football.
Ran hard, caught the ball well out of the backfield.
Listen, on third down, Florida State was 3 for 14, man.
Well, you gonna lose.
3 for 4. Hey, listen, 3 for 14.
Yeah.
Like on a video game, if you're playing NCAA college 25, you can go better than 3 for 14. I'm thinking about the Florida States of the old with the Charlie Wards and the Peter Warks and the Bowares and the Marvin Snoop Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they got to be upset. They got to be upset. People that are fans of Florida State have to be upset. You can't have that kind of performance. For one, way out there in Ireland against Georgia Tech, and then come home in your home stadium, and play like that. Like, these are the kind of performances by a team that get head coaches fired. Somebody gonna have to answer, because it doesn't get any easier. I forgot. I'm looking at the schedule. I forgot who Florida State has next. It might be Memphis or something like that.
Yeah.
They need a game where they can string things together. They weren't in sync. The quarterback and the receivers tonight, seemed like almost every ball was off. There was no chemistry. Seemed like they hadn't even practiced before. Like easy layup stuff, comeback routes, curl routes, sitting in zone, ball to the left, ball to the right, ball hitting the floor before it get to the receivers.
Well,
I don't know what was going on. From what I saw, goddamn, FAMU quarterback right now, matter of fact, he can come right now and do better than what I just saw tonight. Come on, man.
Mr. Easy throw on a 7 route on the goal line. He had a situation, they switch it. The guy comes in.
How do you miss
throw
that?
It out of bounds.
And you had to settle for a field goal. That's a touchdown. That changes the game itself.
100% of the balls thrown out of bounds are incomplete. So I don't know if he thought that was, it was Canada. The field was a lot wider than what it was. But he struggled. He played well. If you look at his freshman year, I thought the kid, because he played so well, he had a couple of 400-yard games, if I'm not mistaken, his freshman year. I thought, if this kid stay on this trajectory, he's going to be a top 5 pick. Big kid. He's like 6'4", 6'5", 240, big time arm.
Yeah.
But
all the intangibles.
I think the thing is, now there's nothing wrong losing your job to Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence turned out to be the number 1 pick in the first pick in the draft. It's just like Jalen Hurts losing his job to Tua. Tua was a top 5 pick.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no shame in that, Ocho.
Oh, yeah.
There ain't no shame in losing your job to
not
a
at
top.
all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But okay, you didn't like the way now you come in and you still struggling. And the new guy, Klubnik, I think he takes your job. And now you go to Oregon State and you don't find happiness there and you don't play well there. You come to Florida State. And it's 2 games in. There's a reoccurring theme here. You're the only common denominator of it. If you say, okay, Clemson, Oregon State, and Florida State, the only common denominator is you.
Yeah, his confidence is shot, Unc. His confidence is shot. I'm not sure who FSU plays next, but he needs to string some things together, starting in practice. It all starts with whoever's calling the plays out there at Florida State to build his confidence up. Start him small, swing pass, quick smoke, just to get him in rhythm. Get him in rhythm to get his confidence back. Because if he's going to be the starter, for the rest of the season, for the remainder of the season, since, they got Mike Norvell got to do something. Because if you put up another performance like that, well, the AD gonna come calling.
For sure.
The boosters gonna come calling. Somebody finna come knocking. Right. You scored 37, if I think maybe 37 points a game last year.
Well, they had Jordan Travis, who was outstanding before he hurt his leg, and that's probably one of the reasons they got blown out in the game against Georgia. They was complaining about not making the college football playoffs. Alabama got their spot, no shame, because Alabama went down to the SEC championship and beat Georgia. Georgia hadn't lost a game in 2 years. They had won back-to-back national championships. Looked like they were going for a 3-peat. So I don't think anybody's shocked that Alabama jumped Florida State, considering they had lost their starting quarterback. Had the starting quarterback still been in there, Ocho, I think that would have been a very difficult sell. But they knew with the backup, they weren't going to even come close. I don't think they thought Georgia was going to thump them like this, but it happened. But when you go on the road, and they were favored to beat Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is a lot better than I think people thought. With that being said, Florida State, you went 13-0 last year, and you returned. I get it. Jordan Travis is gone. Keon Coleman is gone, and you probably lost. I think you lost a defensive lineman, also. But you should be better than this. I mean, the polls had you ranked top 10. They had you obviously had you ranked top 10 for a reason. And when you came out, and they haven't played well. But it comes down to the quarterback. The quarterback hasn't played well. He hadn't played well in a very, very long time, Ocho. Yeah. And with that being said, it's not looking good for Florida State. Now, Mike Norvell, they chose Mike Norvell over Time. That's Time's alma mater. He played at Florida State, had a storied career there, and they chose Mike Norvell.
Could you imagine if Prime was at Florida State, man? Can you imagine the recruits they would have? Could you imagine how he could have turned that program around into being like the Seminole football teams of the early 90s, the 2000s? I'm thinking about it. Okay, the quarterback play is subpar.
Yeah.
It's not up to par. But there was a time Keon Coleman's gone, there was always somebody next in line. Sure. When somebody leaves Alabama, there's somebody next in line. When somebody leaves LSU, there's always the next dog in line. I'm not sure what happened. At what point did we lose recipes when it comes to the Florida teams, FSU, UM, and the Gators? There was a time when the big boys left, there was always another dog in line to keep it rolling. So if the quarterback position is subpar, there was always some dogs at receiver that can make up for the lack of quarterback play or lack of consistency at the quarterback play because they were just that good. Now everybody spread out all over the place. Everybody spread out all over the place. I look at some of the young bulls down in Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith, I think I said his name right. He went to Ohio State, come right from Chaminade. You know, Jerry Jeudy, all the receivers that I would like them to stay home and play for their home teams.
Most of them leave.
Can you imagine if all of them stayed home and played?
Look at Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper left. Most of those guys left.
Everybody left. So now, let's say, okay, you can't get a quarterback. But then you always have those dogs in line at the receiver position. You know what? All we have to do is just put it in his hands or put it in the area. Just put the ball in the vicinity, and they will do the rest. They'll make it work.
Yeah.
It ain't the same no more. It ain't the same no more.
I'm not saying he's going to have the same type of success, but I think it would have been a very similar situation to when Kirby Smart went back to Georgia, because Kirby played at Georgia, and it's like, okay, came home. That'd have been a very similar situation with Prime going to Florida State. But, you know, whatever, they made their decision. They wanted to go with Mike Norvell. And, you know, I think he went 13-0 last year. The quarterback gets hurt. They go, I think he went, what did he win his first year? 8-5, maybe 9-4. So it's not like, but when the standard is what Florida State is, especially what Coach Bowden, not the last couple of years, withstanding, is that there's an expectation level in these schools. You know, there's an expectation level that, as you said, like this, you know, with Coach Bowden in the 80s and the 90s, you know, they had great players. All the Florida schools got a lot of the Florida players. They weren't going to Alabama. They weren't going to Ohio State. Home. They stayed at home. Now they're starting to spread out. They're going to Ohio State. They're going to the University of Alabama. They're going to Georgia. They're going to Michigan. And so now all of a sudden, you know, it used to be, Ocho, if you could just recruit the state of Florida, you're going to be straight. Now you go to Ohio and get your go to the Midwest and get you a couple of those big old linemen. But if you can recruit the state of Florida, you're with Gucci. Yeah. Well, it's getting harder and harder to recruit the state of Florida because they're not putting out the pros like Alabama, like Ohio State, like Georgia. You see Georgia every year churning out defensive players. You see Alabama every year churning out offensive and defensive players. You see Ohio State, You get Chase Young. You get the Bosa brothers. You get those stringer receivers going out of there. You get the offensive linemen. So they start to see that like, well, hell, Florida, when the last time y'all put multiple players in the first round in the NFL? Miami win, FSU. So now Ocho is starting to dissipate a little bit, and it's getting harder and harder to recruit because they see Amari Cooper. Man, Amari Cooper went top 5. They see Jerry Jeudy. They see all of these other receivers going. And what's the other guy that he was at Jackson? He was at Atlanta. Then he goes to Jacksonville. Now he's at Tennessee. I think he's a Florida kid, isn't he?
Calvin Ridley?
Where's Ridley from? Is Ridley from Florida or Alabama?
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where Cal from. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know.
The quarterback has to play better. I mean, if he doesn't, you're not going to win. Now the ACC is not what it once was. You got Clemson. We'll see what Louisville is going to be. I don't know if they got Notre Dame on the schedule this year, but DJ 21 of 42, 272, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. 50% in college is not good.
No.
It's not good in college. 50% in college, 50% used to be like 55% was really good in the NFL under the old rules. Now, if you're not completing 65%, damn near 70% of your passes in the NFL, with the way the rules are and the way the field is spaced, man, 50% you trash. You definitely not good in college if you only completing 50% of your passes. But they got to do.
Damn.
They do. FSU do play Notre Dame at Notre Dame. Wow.
Wait, who does Florida State play next?
Who do they play next?
What's the date? They play Memphis, if I'm not mistaken.
They play Memphis.
When they play Memphis next week, or do they have
the 14th at home?
Man, listen. But if they lose, what if they lose to Memphis, huh?
So they got to buy. So they got to buy. So they play.
Okay. All right, well, they got some decisions to make.
They say really it's from Lauderdale. Somebody in the chat say really it's from Lauderdale.
Oh, you from the crib? Okay. I ain't even know real from the crib.
So, he lose to Memphis? Oh, Billy Napier, they might get him up out of there.
Yeah.
0-3?
Man, listen. Ain't looking. It's not looking pretty because in order to beat Memphis, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, my bad. I meant Mike Novell. But Billy Napier better get on the ball too. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and transition. The biggest disappointment, though, has been the 7-0 front seven, expected to be one of the best defensive line in the country. FSU was carved up for 190 yards, 5.2 yards a carry in its opening loss in Dublin, and they were Ocho, I'm looking at this. Ash just put this stat. Guess who the number 2 ranked quarterback, the number 1 ranked quarterback coming out duel was Bryce Young. DJ was number 2. CJ Stroud was number 3. When they were coming out of high school.
Right.
Wangalele.
What DJ went to high school at?
Where did he go to high school at? Oh, that's in Jersey, isn't it? California. He went to St. John Bosco. So all 3 of them from California.
Oh, he went to St. John Bosco? Okay.
All 3 of them from California. Okay. Yeah, Bellflower, California, and CJ from Rancho Cucamonga.
Damn, man.
See, he was 6'4" and a half, 246 pounds. CJ was 6'2" and a half, 194. Bryce Young was 5'11", 183. Bryce was number 1. CJ was number 2. DJ was number 2, and CJ was number 3. And Bryce Young won a Heisman Trophy, went number 1 overall. Yeah. CJ had a great collegiate career. Get that, Jordan. CJ had a great collegiate career, went number 2 overall. I'm not sure he's gonna get drafted, Ocho, unless something turns around.
The only thing that can turn it around is himself. The coaches can only hide so much. At some point, you gotta step up and play ball. Yeah. At some point, you gotta step up and play ball. My whole mentality in general, I don't play the quarterback position. How can I make my coaching job easy? How can I make the players around me better? How can I do that? As a quarterback, I want to be able to make those play calls as easy as possible, being able to make all the throws, whether it be short, whether it be intermediate, whether it be deep balls.
Ocho.
How do I do that? By being efficient.
Ocho, I could call all the plays if I want, but if the guy, Ocho, I can give you a job, but if you can't operate the equipment, what am I supposed to do?
That's all confidence, Unc. I'm looking at a young fella out there tonight playing with no confidence.
So what happened at Clemson? Okay, you lost his confidence. Okay, what happened at Oregon State? Okay, let's just say he lost his confidence. Okay, at Florida State. At what point in time is it him, Ocho?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then what happens is you're playing against competition that I'm assuming is a little better. You know, at Clemson, I'm not sure if he was there with Trevor Lawrence when he was at Clemson. Well, hell, you know you're not starting over him. I'm not sure.
What was he at? What was he there with Trevor, or he came in after Trevor got there? Why the hell would you go there if Trevor there?
Yeah, I have no idea.
He was the goal.
I have no idea.
From the time he was like 17, he was like, okay, this is gonna be the number one pick. It's the same thing as Matthew Stafford. They're like, he's gonna be the number one pick of the draft. The way he can spin the football, the way he can throw the ball, he's gonna be the number one pick.
Yeah.
His first year, he came in. He was in the 2020 class, so he came in. Trevor was probably that meant Trevor was a junior, because Trevor started as a he played right away. So yeah, he didn't redshirt. Right. Okay.
Damn, man.
K. Klubnik.
And then at Oregon State, he couldn't beat out whoever the starter was there. I forgot Young Bull that was there last year.
But the thing,
he did play.
Ocho, if the thing is, if you struggle throwing the ball, why the hell you going to Oregon with that weather? It rains, it sleet, it snows, it's cold, it's windy. Man, you better stay your ass in the South.
Damn. Well, he's in the South now. He right here, sunshine.
Oh,
missing the easiest throws. It looked like they had never practiced before.
Oh, so Ocho, has it ever dawned on you? He might not be it.
That's why I said his confidence is shot. To be coming out of high school and be ranked number 2 in between C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young, there's something about you that everyone saw. 6'4", 240.
That was high school.
Went to St. John Bosco. I know. I know. And at the quarterback position, the first thing, once your confidence is shot, it affects everything else. Everything else. That's why at the highest level in NFL, you have to have a very short memory. As a DB, you got to have a short memory. You get beat, boom, on to the next play. As a receiver, you drop a ball, you know what? Boom, fuck it, on to the next play.
What happens if you got confidence and you're not good? Then what do you do?
Hey, listen, I don't know nobody that's not good that got confidence.
Oh, you can have confidence and not be good at something. You absolutely can. You absolutely can be good at something. Have all the confidence in the world.
You got to have some type of self-awareness. If you have self-awareness, there's no way in hell you're not good and confident at the same time. The two don't even go together.
That's the thing with an athlete. Sometimes our greatest attributes is our greatest liabilities also. It gives us for false. Man, I'm really everybody good at Ocho, everybody was good at high school. If you go to college, and guess what? You go to the NFL, everybody for the most part, 85% of the players was all conference, all American, all something. At some point in time, if you're in the NFL, you was all something at some level.
Right.
All state, all conference, all this, all that, all American, won this award. You was something. And sometimes it just comes down, Ocho, you know what? Hey, you just go to a level and that's it. That's as far as you're meant to go.
Yeah. So you think DJ has hit his ceiling, you think, as a quarterback?
I think that might be a possibility. That just might, and that's okay. Everybody, there are a million kids that come out and go to college every year. All million of them ain't going to the NFL.
Oh, wait a minute. What if this is the issue? What if the fact that he doesn't have the supporting cast that a Bryce Young or a C.J. Stroud had when they were in college?
Do you know what come out of Clemson? They were playing for national championships.
I mean, I don't know. I don't. Hey, boy. Hey,
It's tough.
I don't.
It's
I don't.
hard.
I don't. I don't. I don't like.
But
I don't like
but
what I
I
saw
get what you're
tonight.
saying. When a guy comes out as heralded as he is, with this,
Yeah.
he has all the physical attributes, everything that you could look at and
Mhm.
say that's what a quarterback should look like. 6'4" and
Yes,
a
sir.
half, 240 plus pounds, big time
Pass the
arm,
eye test.
sturdy body, can make every throw on the field. And so when
Yeah.
you look at all the measurables, that's it.
Yeah.
You're saying to yourself, man, give Bryce Young that body. Let Bryce Young be 6'4" and a half, two instead of 5'8", or maybe 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", 180
Right.
pounds. Give him that body with his makeup.
Right.
But everybody, I mean, God ain't give Tom Brady Lamar Jackson legs.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen, you got to work with what you got.
I can't give you everything, Ocho. So you
Yeah,
want
you gotta
Steph
work with
Curry to
what you
be able
got.
to be like LeBron, 6'9", can come down here and shoot the ball. What?
And shoot the ball like that?
How is that fair? So
Hey,
I don't know what it is, but I definitely thought after watching him for a couple of games, because when he came in for Trevor Lawrence, Ocho, he threw for like 400 yards. Because I think Trevor Lawrence got hurt. Didn't Trevor Lawrence miss a couple of games? And he came in, Ocho, and I'm talking about he lit it up.
on fire. On fire, huh? Again. Look at that's why I said the supporting cast he had out there.
Games.
You heard me? I guarantee you I'm right. The supporting cast he out there, the supporting cast will save you every time now. And when you got them dogs surrounding you, they will save you every time.
But guess what? Those dogs probably said, man, you hurt our chance to get to the league because now you got us looking like we can't play.
Right. Damn. I know one thing. The best collegiate football team in Tallahassee is Florida A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, FAMU might beat Florida State based on what I saw tonight.
No,
that's how I'm feeling.
Because you definitely, I remember going to camp my rookie year. Man, Ocho, man, the quarterback was so bad. I was like, man, I'm not going with you in no one-on-one. I'm backing up. You're not finna get both of us cut because I see the way you throw it. You're going to get cut. You're going to have me out here.
Right.
You're going to have Coach Reed and them thinking out here I can't do ish. Oh, no. Nope.
Man, hey, listen, he got a week to get together. Get it together. Get your confidence back. I know that's what it is. Young Bull got to get his confidence back, and he need them receivers. Them receivers got to help him out. They got to help him out. The play caller, whoever's calling the plays, you have to understand his strengths and his weaknesses. You got to know what your receivers are good at, what they can and what they can't do. Make it easy for him. If you got to dumb down the playbook, dumb it down. And once he gets his confidence back, then you can open the playbook back up.
He's missing easy throws though, Ocho.
Yeah, I know.
He throwing swings in the dirt. That 7 route in the end zone, Ocho, you won't get an easier throw than that, Ocho. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't played quarterback in 40 years. I could have completed that one right now.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Players get coaches fired now.
Yeah.
Players get coaches fired.
FSU wasn't the only Florida team that struggled this weekend. The Gators opened the season at home against rival Miami, the Canes, and it wasn't pretty. They lost 41-17. Billy Napier should probably focus on his team and not taking shots at the Florida fans. This is what he said, Ocho. We got to become we got to become a more consistent team. And if we focused on those things and not necessarily what some guy in his basement is saying, rural Central Florida on social media, then we got a chance to get better.
He talk about the fans?
He say the fans, criticizing him, say they're in, their basement.
Oh. Hey, Coach. Hey. Well, they only on one, huh?
All losses aren't the same, Ocho. It's one thing you get beat. Okay, Ocho, we lost 27-23. We lost 31-24. Man, you get beat by 24? And it wasn't that close, Ocho.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the Hurricanes ain't no slouch now. The Hurricanes ain't no slouch. They bouncing back. That goddamn Cam Ward.
Oh, he played unbelievable. He was sensational.
Woo! But that boy Cam Ward, I'm telling you, that's the difference. When you have a quarterback, you could damn near do anything.
Yeah.
He was out there slicing and dicing. Slicing and dicing.
But at some point in time, Ocho, you gotta accept responsibility. He said, I mean, as a coach, I got to do a better job of coaching them up. I got to do a better job of putting them in position and making sure we understand what we need to do in order for us to win. You can't blame the fans. You can't blame the players. Now, if you want to get into a situation, Ocho, you go into a meeting room, and you and I both know we played at a lot of different levels. What the coach might say publicly and what he say privately is two different things, and we understand that.
Yeah.
That effort is not good enough. That effort was not good enough on either side of the ball. I expect us to play better. A lot of the assignments that we missed, we had gone over and over and over. One of the reasons why I couldn't coach. Hell, we done practiced something all week. We send the first 15, and guess what happens, Ocho? The first 15, somebody F it up. Now, we done practiced this. You knew it. Saturday night, we go over it again. And guess what? We talk about it before we go out there. First 15, hey, this is what we got, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody mess it up. And so I get it. If you want to critique your players in the meeting, now, if they keep effing it up, there is something going, either there's a disconnect with the way you're teaching it or the way they're receiving it. Now, if you're teaching it correctly, now you need to get players that can receive it better. But if you're not, you need to get a coach or coaches that can communicate what some people are. I was a visual learner. You just couldn't tell me what to do. I needed to see it, Ocho. Now, once I saw it, I got it. And then I understand what you were trying to tell me and what I needed to do. But I needed to see it. Everybody doesn't learn the same. And so we got to find out a way, coaches, we need to find out a way to get the information that we're trying to disseminate. We need to get the players to understand it. So what is being lost in communication? What is being lost in translation?
Well, what happens if the team you're playing, regardless of how well you coach them up, let's say Brother Napier coached up the Florida defense. He coached up the Florida offense. They know what to do. They've been in meetings all week. You study film and you watch film on the Miami Hurricanes on what they were going to do, their tendencies offensively and their tendencies defensively. But what happens if they just better than you?
No, you say that.
What happens if their players are just better than us, which is why the score, the score at the end of the game looked the way it looked.
That could.
What happened if they were just better? They were able to execute their offense.
That happens, Ocho. Sometimes, and that's why it's easy for you to accept. The guy's just better. He's just better. They're bigger, faster, stronger. They're coaching. Even they're being coached better. Even if I coach at my best because they have superior athletes. Hell, I could have rolled Secretariat and wasn't nobody gonna beat him. It wasn't Ron, and no disrespect to Ron Turcotte.
Right.
But that horse, when you win by 31 lengths, it ain't the jockey.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the horse.
It's that chestnut coat.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's just the team that's just better. Their players are better than yours. Their coaches are better than yours. A lot of times that's how Alabama won. Alabama won because they had better players, better coaches. Miami, the Canes, when they were winning, they had better players and better coaches.
Yeah.
Okay. It happens, Ocho.
And you know what's funny? Sometimes if your players are good enough, your players can overcome bad coaching because they're that much better. But then when you have subpar coaching and subpar players, that
you better have superior players to overcome bad coaching.
Oh yeah.
In a situation like that, what we saw at the Olympics, because when they got down, it is like, and you heard KD and a lot of guys say, well, we stopped running plays. We just know what we need to do.
Right.
Get the ball ahead, make the right play. Well, we got superior athletes against the teams we were playing against. You can get away with that. But what happens when you don't? So you have inferior athletes and you have inferior coaching. You probably get what you got.
Yeah. You get exposed.
And a lot of times that's
you get exposed.
You know what? A lot of times when you see these teams these D1 teams and they play the FCS teams or they play the HBCUs and you see the score being
Right.
77-3 and 77-7. That's what that is.
Right.
That's what that is. No matter how down, Georgia is not beating Alabama 77-7.
Right.
Ohio State is not beating Michigan 80-10.
Right.
But when you get that level of an imbalance with talent and coaching, you're going to get scores like that. Florida got Miami. Okay, they get a reprieve. They got Samford. Then they got Texas A&M, Mississippi State, UCF, at Tennessee, Kentucky at home, Georgia. They got Georgia, and it used to be the world's largest cocktail party. I don't know what they call it now. They call it the office party. They might not even call it anything now. And they at Texas, LSU at home, Ole Miss at home, Florida State on the road.
Boy, it's gonna get ugly. All them games are gonna get ugly except it was one. It was one.
They got Samford.
One team.
The Bulldogs.
Wait, hold on. Stanford or Samford? Okay.
The Bulldogs.
Okay. That'd be a game to get your confidence up. That'd be a game to get the team morale going. Hell, Samford coming in and fuck around and shock the world now, like Appalachian State did Michigan that one time that year. You never know.
You talk about App State?
Yeah.
Brian Kelly also called out his players last night. He said, his very first word, "This is the first time since I've been here that I'm angry at my team." And then he went on to say, "It's unacceptable for us not to have found a way to win this football game. It's ridiculous. It's crazy." Later, when he talked about USC's Miller Moss, he also said he outplayed our quarterback. Tigers quarterback Garrett Nussmeier, he was 29 of 38, 304 yards. This is Kelly's third consecutive season opening loss. Now, remember when they got thumped last year by Florida State?
Yes, sir.
He was upset at his team because he said, "We're not the team that we thought he was." Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not the biggest Brian Kelly fan. Sometimes I go back and forth, but I think he might be on the tab of being overrated. I don't like how he handled the situation. He left Cincinnati right before the bowl game to go to Notre Dame.
Right.
He did the same thing to Notre Dame to go to LSU. So he's not one of my favorites. And sometimes, he turned the program around. Well, why the hell you think they paid him all that money? That's what he's supposed to do.
Right.
I mean, Ocho, man, if I paid you $10,000 to fix my car, man, Ocho got it running. He was supposed to. I paid his ass an arm and a leg.
Yeah, most definitely. But again, I think if I'm not mistaken, he says he's upset at his players. If I'm not mistaken, he also took accountability.
No, you lead with that.
Saying it's on me.
Ocho. You lead with that. You don't say after you called out your players and then say, "I got to do a better job of coaching." You say, "I got to do a better job of coaching," and you leave the other part out until you get behind closed doors.
Okay, I see what you mean. You
can't leave. I got to do a better. You done read the team. You done said it was them. And then, hold on. If they keep doing the same thing you talked about, now what is it? There's a disconnect here. So the wires are getting crossed because why aren't they understanding what you're saying? Or are you saying in a form in which they can understand? That's your job as a coach. When you see them on the sideline and they feel like they've gotten the game won, what aren't you doing? It's easy.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, see, the one thing about LSU and Brian Kelly is they not in the same situation like the Floridas. They not in the same situation like the Florida States. See, they got them dogs over there.
Yes.
So they gonna hit the switch. They got them dogs at quarterback. They got them dogs at receiver. They got them dogs at the deep, all the skill positions. And with the interior, offensively and defensively, the meat and potatoes of that goddamn team. Oh, they got them. So he don't really have much to worry about. They're gonna flip the switch.
I don't know if you noticed, but Georgia's in the SEC. So is Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
So is Texas.
Yeah.
So is Oklahoma. So is Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Oh, he got something to worry about.
Oh, yeah.
He got something to worry about.
But the thing, all the teams you named, let's exclude that. Let's exclude Georgia. Yeah. Georgia's on some other shit. But LSU is going to be able to compete going to be able to compete with everybody you just named.
Yeah.
Everybody you just named.
But at some point in time, you keep blaming your players, they're gonna like, no, coach, you.
Yeah. And one thing about it, they not gonna fold on you. You know, in the NFL, you do some shit like that, but your players are fold on you, huh?
They'll talk to you.
But they will fold. They will fold on
that's
you.
That's what I said. What's the biggest difference? Okay, you dealing with a grown ass man. He got a mortgage. He got a wife. A lot of them got wives, got kids. You think you can talk to him like you can an 18 or 19-year-old? Because the 18 or 19-year-old is trying to get where that grown ass man is already at. And a lot of these grown ass men make more than the coaches. They will fight, and you know what, out of coach. Oh, you can't. I ain't telling what somebody told me, Ocho. I'm telling you what I know.
I'm telling you what I know.
Like that coach. Yes, I've seen players swing on coaches for being disrespectful. Yeah. And y'all talk about soft. That's easy for you to say, but you got to be careful how you talk to a man. That is a grown man. And he ain't finna let you talk to him in that kind of way. All that mofo, that SOB. Hey, the way Coach Bryant and back in the 70s and 80s and the way those Lombardis and Coach Landry never cursed. He was very biblical. But you can't talk to. Okay. I was gonna say it like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Throw a chair. Hey, who you think you're talking to? Boy, hey, they'll slide them chairs back quick on your ass.
Very.
Punch you dead in your face on the sideline. See, players, I mean, they get the little shoving match, they yell, but before they had all them cameras, they'll punch a coach dead in his face for being disrespectful.
Oh, it go down.
Yeah.
Man.
So
it go down.
That's the biggest difference. You got to understand. That's why Coach Saban. It was hard for Coach Saban. Now he didn't have a quarterback.
Oh, in the NFL? Yes. I done heard some stories about him with the Dolphins. It was funny. It was I heard some funny stories.
Yes. You can't talk to a grown man like you can a kid because they're gonna listen because they feel you can get them to where they need to be. Well, that grown man is already there. And you think you can say whatever you want, like you couldn't. Okay.
Hey, I think it was Crowder when Nick Saban was with the Dolphins. They went to practice, right? And if I might have the story correct, I might be a little off a little bit. And Junior Seau was there at the time. And goddamn, Junior Seau came out to practice with sneakers on. Like a real practice with sneakers on. And Nick Saban must have told Seau, you know, man, you need to go in there and, you know, put your cleats on or something like that.
Yeah, he and Junior bumped head. Ronnie Brown was on that team also.
And Junior was like, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Man ain't do shit, man. Practicing his goddamn sneaker. I think Shannon, Crowder told us it was something like that, man. I'm talking about I was in tears laughing when Nick Saban thought he won't come in there and talk to them boys any kind of way. No, sir.
It's look, players for the most part want to be coached, but there's a fine line between hard coaching and being disrespectful.
Right. That's why you got to know your players.
You got to.
That's why when we was on tour and we talked to Raheem Morris and we talked to D'Amico Ryans, I said, how do you differentiate between who you can coach hard and who you have to pacify? I call it pacifying. You got to pat them on the back to be able to get what you want to get out of them. Because especially now, in today's game, you got players making 20, 25, 30 million.
40, 50,
you think you're gonna talk,
55 million.
You think you're going to talk to them any kind of way? And they making that kind of money? Man, all right.
Like I said.
Yeah, all right.
I done seen players fight. I done seen coaches fight. Coaches fight players fight coaches. Players fight players.
Yeah.
It's a different mentality in that locker room. That's why I believe, like, mentally, what you have to do, because I don't care who it is. It might be a wide receiver. It might be a D lineman. They ain't finna let you disrespect them. They just not.
Nah.
They just not. And sometimes you got to take a L, but you gonna gain a level of respect.
Yeah.
See, like my grandma said, boy, I can't stop you from doing it, but I break you the habit. I can't stop you, but I bet you I break you the habit. I bet you ain't gonna want to know. Nah, I'm good. Nah, man, you got just like I said, guys want to be coached, Ocho, but sometimes coaches think because you're in an authoritative position, oh, I can talk to him any kind of way. No, you can't. And I understand you're the coach. You can get me fired, you can get me traded or everything. But I tell you what, if you disrespectful, I'll get traded, I'll get fired, but I tear your ass up on the way out the door. I bet you that. I like coaching. And I told Brian Billy, he's like, what? Hey, I said, coach me hard. And if you want to send a message, a lot of times Mike would send messages through me. He would get on me. He knew I could take it. I didn't mind it. Just don't curse me. He cursed me one time. I had a conversation with him. He's like, I'm sorry, 84.
Never again.
We had a great relationship. I think sometimes, Ocho, what happens is that a coach has a perception. When Mike was first there, Mike was the quarterback's coach because he had went to the Raiders. Al, he had fallen out. He ended up coming back. He's the quarterback coach. So when he gets there, I'm mainly a special teams player. He leaves and come back. Now I'm the best tight end in the league. That's not how he remembered me. So we kind of butted heads. But what he failed to realize, what motivated me wasn't money. I'm a praise guy. Just tell me I did a good job, and that's all I need to hear from you. I don't need you to tell me, oh, hey, you can be this, you can make a lot of money, you can do. I don't need that. Just tell me I did a good job. 84, we can win with that. I appreciate you that's all I need. And so once I left and went to Baltimore, and when I came back, he's like, you want to bring, I said, Mike, I don't need to see. Look, like I was in Denver. I know what the facilities are like. I know what you're like. I had a conversation with Mr. Bolin. Mr. Bolin had to say, look, I don't really put my foot down, but hey, are you coming back? I said, Mike, you know me. You know what I'm about. I'm about business. I want to win. I prepare myself to win. I try to do a great job of getting other guys to get on board to buy in what you're selling. I said, I don't need to see the facility. All I need to know, do you want me to come back? Because if Mr. Bolin want me to come back and you don't, I'm not coming. I'm not. 84, we should have never let you go. Okay, let's do this. I had more money other places, but I thought it was only right that I go back and finish my career in Denver, where it all started.
The right way,
I would have never been happy, even if I'd have took more money from Seattle, had the opportunity to go to the Raiders, it wouldn't have been right. Because in my heart, that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go finish my career in Denver, but I just needed to hear him say it. Once he said it, I was cool, Ocho. I was like, okay, let's do this. And plus my family, I didn't want to put my kids were still young. And man, having to get my kids to fly
and travel way across yonder.
From Atlanta, Seattle, by themselves.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And then even my mom, because at that point in time, my mom had retired. So my mom would fly from Chicago, because, this was for, but after 9/11, that stopped. Well, that stopped. But she was still, because their mom would walk them through the airport, send them down unaccompanied minor. But after that point, I would fly my mom there. They would walk them to the gate. Then my mom would meet them at the gate, and then they would come to Denver, or my sister would do something like that. But you got to just be careful.
Hey, we totally different too. Like when I think about it, the coaching style that you like and you accept, like I was completely different. I like that hard coaching, and based on where I'm from and where I'm raised, I'm kind of used to it with the cursing and that get me going. What when I had Hugh,
Hugh Jack,
boy, listen. When I had Hugh, let me take my glasses off so you understand how serious I am, because I be playing around all the time. When I had Hugh Jackson in Cincinnati, and I wasn't playing up to par, and he get the cursing, understanding I know I can get Chad going with a motherfucker, what the fuck you doing? God damn it, come on now, let's go. Man, shoot, boy, that shit just got me. I don't know how to explain it. It just got me going and got me motivated, because I have lapses sometimes. Sometimes I play down to my competition, and all it took was for you to say something to me in an encouraging way, but just add a little curse word to it. When you cook your chicken and you add your seasoning, Just add a little.
Right.
See, I see curse words as sentence enhancers, and it just get me going. It's weird. It's weird. So I love and enjoyed that type of coaching because it made me want to not only prove myself, but to make sure I don't embarrass you based on all the coaching and goddamn film study and meetings we done did all goddamn week. Let me go out here and make sure I do my goddamn job.
For me, Ocho, I never played down because I know where I was playing. Because Mary Porter was in air conditioning all of a sudden. And the house didn't leak.
Yes, sir. Come on.
And I got kids.
Come on now.
And so that was my motivation. Because I looked at everybody that I faced, well, you trying to get my grandma out this house. You trying to get my kids out of these private schools. You trying to take food off their table. You trying to get Shannon to go back to Glenville with no running water and no end of play. Oh no, bro.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
See, you thought completely different.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, you think completely different.
That was my motivation from the time I can remember. Me and my brother talking about it when we were sitting on those pine trees. Young pine trees are called saplings, and we bent many of them mofo's over. And my grandma said, "Boy, y'all need to stop bending them saplings." That's all we talked about. That's all I thought about. That was my motivation.
Yeah.
And so every time I looked at somebody, oh, you trying to get Granny up out that house, huh? Okay. Yeah, oh, you trying to get my kids up out. So now you trying to feed your kids. Well, my kids don't. Now, if somebody's kid's not gonna eat, mine gonna eat. I don't know what you gonna do about yours, and I'm sorry. But somebody's kid's not gonna eat, and it's not gonna be mine. Mine gonna eat.
Yeah. I like that.
So
I like that. Hey, matter of fact, it's so funny. I think about the different coaching styles based on where you're from. Everybody's different. Anybody in the chat? I know somebody in the chat that's of age. Y'all remember? I know y'all saw The Year of the Bull. Unc, you never saw the documentary, The Year of the Bull, Miami Northwestern, where Teddy Bridgewater's coaching now.
I didn't see it, but I know that's where he's coaching. Okay.
Oh man, listen, man. The Year of the Bull is a coaching style that we all grew up with, and obviously the coach he caught flack for the cursing and the hitting the players and all that. Man, like that type of coaching and that style of coaching, it probably wouldn't work today. It wouldn't work in today's game. Not with these players. Oh, you get fired right away.
They grab your face mask, they grab you.
Yeah, hitting you upside the head, like
kicking your ass. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Man, it's just different now. It's just different. Like that type of coaching and just, oh man, I love that shit. I love it. I love
Dolphins have not won a playoff game since acquiring Tyreek Hill in 2022 trade with the Chiefs. But Tyreek said today he thinks this team is better positioned for success than the ones the Dolphins put on the field the past 2 years. This is the best team we've had since I've been here. Great time to be alive. We're all excited. We've got a lot of weapons, a lot of playmakers on this team. Everyone is on very edge of their seats waiting for this moment. Ocho, do you believe they're better positioned?
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. Goddamn right. The Dolphins are in a better position to not only win a playoff game, but get to the second round.
Why are they in a better position?
For one, Tua. I'm going to tell you why. Let me stay with me now. Stay with me. Tua, we're going to get a different side of Tua because, for one, he's gotten paid. For two, you know what you get when you have a happy quarterback that's satisfied? You know what? I have a franchise that believes in me. How do I know the franchise believes in me? Because I got 200-something million, 5-year, whatever the numbers may be. I don't know them correctly, but you understand what I'm saying. They believe in me. So I think you're going to get the best version of Tua. Obviously, he was able to stay healthy last year. He's going to stay healthy this year. He has, 1, 2, 3. Is this his third year in Mike McDaniel's offense or fourth? What year is this?
2 or third.
Third year in Mike McDaniel's offense. He's familiar with everything. His supporting cast, running game, Tyreek Hill, OBJ, who probably won't come back to maybe week 4 or week 6. You got Waddle. Offensively, they're a juggernaut.
They had that last year.
They're going to be hell to deal with.
They had Mostert. They had A-Chain.
Oh, Mostert and A-Chain,
They had them. They had Tyreek. They had Waddle. But what about defense? Chubb tore his ACL. He's coming back off of that. Phillip tore his Achilles, coming back off that. They got rid of Xavier Howard. They got the linebacker.
Listen, there has to be an identity. On every team, there's an identity. It's either the defensive side of the ball or it's the offensive side of the ball. It just so happened, as opposed to the 2000s, when the Dolphins' identity was their defense. Sam Madison, Zach Thomas, Patrick Surtain. It's
Brock
different
Murray,
now.
you know,
Now
I'm-
their
yeah.
identity Brock Murray. Now their identity is on the offensive side
Okay.
of the ball. So now it comes down to playing good defense.
If you don't mind me asking, what you gonna do when the weather
Yes,
gets
sir.
bad?
I know, you know what? That's always been an issue.
But
That's always been an issue.
So what you gonna do?
That's always been an issue for the Dolphins, even since Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Even in Dan Marino. How do we play better in cold weather? But hold on. Let's think about this. There was a game where they should have beat Buffalo, where they could have had home field advantage, and they wouldn't have had to take their ass to goddamn Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah. That's a game you have to
They
win.
started out fast.
Yeah. I listen, I believe him, and I'm not being biased because I'm from Miami. I'm very understanding on what the Dolphins and Mike McDaniel have to work with offensively. It's scary,
Yes.
especially with Tua's healthy. It's scary. Now defense, that's something they got to do. Hey,
You do
got
realize
Jalen
that's
Ramsey.
that's part of the team, right?
Yeah. Hey,
What?
they got Brother Holland. They got Brother Ramsey.
Yeah.
They're gonna be all right.
Who gonna be mad at
They
the
gonna be
other
all
side?
right.
Who gonna be?
Huh? Hey, who? I don't know who is
I don't know.
other DB on the
That's your team.
other side of Ramsey. I'm not sure.
I'm
not
expecting
sure.
you to know that. I'm expecting you to give me the.
Yeah.
So do the Dolphins make the playoffs over the Jets and the Bills?
Hell yeah! Come on now, you know that the Dolphins gonna win the AFC East, and that's no disrespect to Aaron Rodgers. That's no disrespect to Garrett Wilson. That's no disrespect to Bryce Hall. No disrespect, but come on now.
What about disrespect to the
Brees Hall? My bad. I'm talking about
disrespect to
Bryce.
the Buffalo Bills?
To who?
Buffalo Bills.
I like Josh Allen. I like until he shows me he can stop turning the ball over. They ain't. Come on now. Come on now.
Well,
I like Josh. I like the Bills, period. Hell, I like Keon Coleman.
yeah.
I like Keon Coleman.
Who?
Can he come in and do
Kendall
it?
Fuller.
Can he come in and do what Stephon Diggs did for Josh Allen as a rookie? A reliable target all the time. I understand what happened in the playoff game on the drop deep ball. I know it happens. The game is about moments, and in that moment, he dropped the ball. But can he come in and be a consistent target, a reliable target for Josh Allen?
Yeah.
That's an unanswered question, especially when it comes to their receiving core. Is there somebody that he can rely on every time? Now I think the onus is on Josh Allen. Now more pressure is on Josh Allen because you don't have that boy to go to every time. I mean, Keon Coleman is that dude. I'm not sure if it's different as a rookie. It's different. Can he come in and have that type of impact that Justin Jefferson had? Can he come in and have that type of impact that Jamar Chase had? We don't know yet.
Right.
We're going to find out, though.
Kendall Fuller. I think he wasn't he with the Commanders?
Wait, Kendall Fuller from
the Commanders.
The Commanders? And he played with the Texans,
I think
too?
he's on the other side of J Ram now.
Okay. We got a nice little veteran presence.
Lamar Jackson was asked about his relationship with other quarterbacks in the league, including Mahomes.
Yeah.
And this was his answer. Take a listen to the sound.
Yeah.
I don't have a relationship with him. I don't think I have a relationship with any quarterback in the league. I don't take anything from him. Anything from him. I just play my game. But he's a great quarterback. See that he's a great quarterback. He has the accolades to prove it. But man, he made things happen on the field that make his team successful. See that?
Ocho, you like that Lamar doesn't have a relationship with any other quarterback?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, the relationship is when you're on the field. It ain't like they don't be hanging out and, Lamar has a different type of lifestyle than the other quarterbacks. It's just, man, we ain't going out, hanging out, drinking beers, and, they do their own thing. They do their own thing. And, I mean, he's right. The relationship they do have, when I see you, it's respect for what you do on the field and for your team. Outside of that, outside of the game of football, them boys don't hang out, man. Unless you at events, you see each other at the ESPYs, maybe. You see each other at Pro Bowl, and that's the extent of the relationship.
No, I don't.
No, I mean,
I think they're two different places. Patrick Mahomes
Right.
is married, about to welcome a third child. Lamar is single, if I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
mistaken. I don't think he has any kids. A lot of times quarterbacks move like quarterbacks when they're married. Tom Brady and Peyton were pretty cool, but both were married, had kids. Dan Marino and John, they were cool.
John,
They both were married and had kids. And so it's not abnormal that Lamar is in this place and Mahomes is in that place. And they're not, I don't know. Like I said, the quarterbacks now, they're young. So I don't know who's married and who's single and who's got kids and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think Lamar is like, he's living his life. He's doing what he's doing. And I don't have a problem with that.
They completely, you got to understand, Lamar and Patrick are two totally different sides of the spectrums. Two totally different sides of the spectrum and two different lifestyles altogether outside of the game of football. So it wouldn't even look right hanging together. They have nothing in common outside of playing the quarterback position.
Black.
Can you imagine Pat Mahomes hanging out with Kodak?
No, hell no.
Like, it's just, I can't see Pat Mahomes and Pompano chilling. It's just nah.
Oh, Lamar. It's been reported that Lamar has a daughter. I didn't know. Like I said, I don't like. For me, Ocho, I address guys what they do on the field. Sometimes we might sneak a little joke in there about Tyreek, about the situation that he had going on, or like a stretch where it seemed like every other day he was welcoming a new child. But for the most, that don't got nothing to do with me. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what you do on the field.
Tyreek trying to beat me so bad.
He got you. He tried to be Nick Cannon. But yeah, Lamar also said he doesn't view the matchup with the Chiefs as a revenge game. Any game I play in, I feel like it's a revenge game. Nah, because the stakes aren't the same. Now, if we get back to the same situation, Ocho, you're damn right. Now, even though
it's a revenge game,
I can't go back and take what you've already gotten, but I want my lick back. And I want
you got to get it.
I want you to feel like how I felt last year. Like you were going to the Super Bowl and we were taking our ass home. So I want to give you that feeling because you hadn't had that feeling in quite a while, Pat. You know that?
Yeah.
And I want you to feel
long time.
So I want you, when you're driving away from the stadium and the fans wave and say, don't worry about it, we had a good season. That's what I want you to hear.
Right. Hey.
And I want you to play in the Pro Bowl because I won't be playing in the Pro Bowl this year. I'm gonna be getting ready for the Super Bowl. That would be my thinking about if I'm Lamar. Yeah, I'm gonna get your ass back.
Yeah, I slow down a little bit. You talk about the Ravens playing in the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow and the Bengals are gonna be ready for New
Joe
Orleans.
ain't beat. He got one. He got one win against the
Bengals. I know we 1-3. It's a new season, It's a new season. It's a new season, and I know we have a lot of Ravens fans in the chat. I love you. No disrespect. I love you, and I've always showed love and grace to all of you as fans, even when I was playing. But I'm telling you, the AFC North runs through the 5-1-3. Stop playing. And if anybody in the chat that's a Ravens fan want to put some money on it, put your money up. Let's bet. What you talking about, man? Who they? Stop playing with me. You know what it is.
The Patriots are entering a new era without Coach Belichick, and their jerseys reflect that. The Patriots captains will wear C on their jersey this season, something Belichick never allowed, but new coach Gerard Mayo will. Mayo said, I do think it's important to have that C on the jersey. That's one difference that I think is important. It's a badge of honor. And I think when our guys do the right thing, they should be recognized for those things. It's something as small as having a captain's patch. I think it's important for those guys. Ocho, you like that?
It's dope. It's cool. But, Belichick wasn't with that. Listen, one team, we all come out at the same time when we introduce. One band, one sound. That was the way Belichick ran everything. Again, I use the analogy. I've never been to the Army. I've never been to the Navy. I don't know what it's like to be part of the Marines. But the way that team was ran was in a militant manner. We all move as one. So there was no need for the C on the chest. We knew who the captain was. We knew who ran the show. He wore number 12. We knew who it was. But I think it's a cool thing. Gerard Mayo getting back to, what a lot of other teams do and having a captain, and it's dope.
I
It's
like
dope.
that because I'm not doing what I'm not Coach Belichick. Coach Belichick chose not to have the C's. I choose to have them.
Right.
Yeah, Coach Belichick's father coached at the Naval Academy. I think his dad was in the Naval Academy. And so you could understand why the militaristic style in which he coached, the discipline, the determination, the dedication. You have to have that in the military, or as Colonel Nathan Jessup said, men die. When men don't follow orders, men die.
Die.
There are consequences. And Coach Belichick did a great job of conveying that. His players did a great job of understanding that. And that's why there were very few times, you probably can count on one hand how many times that you could say a Coach Belichick team beat themselves.
Yeah.
They're not going to get those stupid penalties. They're not going to do the correct.
Very
You
seldom.
never see Coach Belichick players die with the ball, try to punt, get the ball over the end zone. He said, "Nah, going out at the one. If we can't get it in 4 downs, we don't deserve to get the ball in the end zone because the risk reward. You get it punched out, it goes at the back of the end zone. Now, not only do we not get points, they get the ball at the 20 going out the other way." So he did a great job of that, but I do like it. Let me ask you a question. Do you think players care about having that C on the shirt, on the jersey?
I think it's dope to understand and know how your peers feel about you, how your teammates feel about you. Being able to don that C, on your shirt. I think it's cool. It's a really dope honor to know that your peers and your players view you as that captain and a leader of men when it's time to go to war on that field. I think it's dope. I mean, when I played, I wouldn't have got shit. I didn't care nothing about that captain. I couldn't be a captain because I was too busy goddamn making jokes before it was time to go play. But I guess it's cool.
Yeah.
I guess it's cool.
Yeah, I would love to have a jersey with captain on that thing. And, that wasn't a thing. I think it came in like a couple of years, maybe a year or two after I left. But it would have been an unbelievable honor, of course, to know. I was a 3-time captain at Savannah State. We didn't have no C. I don't even think what Dion put leader, and then I think Trav got D, which means dog, on his.
But
yeah, I think it's an unbelievable honor, and everybody that gets that captaincy on their jersey, they should feel proud of themselves that the coaches and the players thought that number to them that you're the captain of this team. We believe in you, and I think it would be an unbelievable honor if that would have happened. Ocho, check this out. NBC is reporting the NFL could soon look to start the season with games on Labor Day. There reportedly be games scheduled Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
You like it? I like it. Hey, you give me more football, that's better for me.
No, you give me more money, that's better for me.
Well, the money's gonna come or there ain't gonna be no games played.
Yeah.
So they adding the game on Labor Day, you just understand that that's an extra check.
Yeah.
That's an extra check.
The thing is, they're doing that, Ocho, but are you going to add an extra bye week? Because now if you add an 18th game, the game is already the second Sunday in February. You add that extra game.
Everybody had 2 byes.
Man, you played what's the holiday in February, President's Day? You play a game down to the 1st of March.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, the NFL is king. And the only way that you can get more money out of these linear networks, these streaming services, is to give them what they want.
Well, you got to play. You got to play ball.
And
you got to play ball. And the players are going to get a slice of the pie. The players are going to get a piece of the pie. So, I like it.
Well, they already have this Thanksgiving. Don't they got a game like leading up to Thanksgiving? They got games like Thursday, Friday. Yeah, they got a Friday game this week, Ocho. Green Bay and Philly play Friday.
Yeah, I mean, and we got a game Thursday. So, hey, that's better. That's better for me because I'm excited. I'm waiting for football season. I've been waiting. You know how long I've been waiting for this? I've been waiting for this for a long
Yeah.
time.
So that means you're probably going to only have like 2 preseason games.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you have 2 preseason games. Now, guys will get to come to camp probably a little later because I don't think you'd have, you know, 2 preseason games, Ocho, and then because after the 3rd preseason game, you still got like 2 weeks. So that means tell me you're going to have 2 preseason games and have 3 weeks before you play. Probably bring the players in later, a week later, maybe even 10 days later.
Right.
Have the 2 games, and then boom, we're going to get ready to go. So you might not be coming in camp, Ocho, until damn near the end of July, the beginning of August.
I don't like not having enough preseason games for players that
They're
are
not playing
4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round picks.
When the last time you saw Patrick Mahomes play the preseason?
Hold on. So you think 2 games is enough to evaluate players that are trying to make a team?
They're not playing. Your starters aren't playing, Ocho.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the players getting that were drafted in lower rounds and free agents. Do you think 2 preseason games is enough film to be able to make a team?
I guess they're doing a lot of eval, OTAs.
Right.
They're doing a lot of you know, the minis and the mandatory minis. And, you know, you're just going to have to show a lot earlier.
Okay.
They're probably going to, you know, the practice squads. So, you know, a guy, maybe he's not ready to play right now, but a year, I think he'll be ready. You just hope he doesn't show somebody else enough that they sign him off your practice squad and put his ass on the active roster.
Come get him off waivers.
Yeah.
Right.
And put his ass on the active roster. But we know this is coming because I think they got like Thanksgiving. I think they got a Tuesday game, like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Dang.
That might be Christmas. That might be the Christmas schedule, Ash. But they got I think they play like every game, every day except like Wednesday. Because you know what I mean, they had the Black Friday game.
Friday game, yeah. Speaking of Black Friday, boy, I can't wait for them sales.
Man, that thing ain't sell. All they do is mark it up 2 weeks before and then mark it down to make you think you're getting something.
You don't shop on Black Friday at Target?
So they got a game Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Not Saturday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday. Okay. Wow.
Ooh, woo. Black Friday, baby.
Wow.
Wait. You heard
What
me,
happened?
Unc? You don't shop it on Black Friday?
Man, I ain't been on the bro.
No, I'm talking about I'm saying for me. Listen, Target, Black Friday at Target, the Hanes underwear, the tank tops, the white tees, the gold toe socks. You know about the gold toe socks?
What you know about that?
Well, I know the prices.
Why you wearing gold toe socks for dress shoes? Those for dress shoes.
No, Unc. The cotton sock with the gold toe. I just call them gold toe because the toe is gold.
But that's with the dress sock.
But they sliced them prices in half, boy.
No, that's you paying full price. You just think you paying his half. But okay.
No, Unc, I know the prices. I got the Target app, Unc. I got the Target app. I know the prices now. Don't do me like that.
No, I don't know. Shelly shops on Black Friday. I don't shop. But I mean, she, it's not like occasionally she'll go and get it, but for the most part, she'll just order it and have it sent to her and have it sent. I'll try it on. Okay, I like it. I don't. She'll come when she comes. She send it back. Nah, but go in the store, like actually, you mean to tell me like go in the store and actually try stuff on?
No, I don't do that. I don't do that.
Like 10, 15 years.
But hold on, you don't just go to Target just to walk up and down the aisles?
If I go to Target, if I'm low on something, but now Shelly just buys everything. So she'll buy. She'll buy like those big old Listerine. She'll buy like 4 of those. She'll buy like 22 of toothpaste. She'll buy like, plaques, like 15 things of plaques. And so once I get to like 5, she'll buy like 10 shower gels. So I don't really need to go.
Yeah, I mean, but see, I don't think you understand. Like, just there's a certain excitement. I don't know about you, Chad. I don't know about y'all, but there's a certain excitement I get. I don't want to use the word like a adrenaline rush, but there's a certain excitement about just going in Target, just knowing you're going in there and you're going in there for one thing. And the challenge in being able to just purchase that one thing is such a great feeling to see if you can actually do it. And being able to walk up and down each aisle, like it's that like going to the Target brings me such joy. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. I don't know if I'm the only one that has this weird fascination with this damn store, but like it's awesome. It's like every time I walk in, it's like I've never been there before. It's like I've never been there. I'd be happy as hell.
One time I had a girlfriend send me to the store to get some hamburger patties. She said, all you need is hamburger patties and bun. Man, Ocho, I came back with $250 worth of groceries. Man, I done bought cornbread, I done bought everything. I done bought filet, I done bought ribeyes.
Yeah.
And I done bought everything. I'm an impulsive shopper. So that's why I don't really need, like I might go for one thing. Man, I'm getting grapes, plums, apples,
all type of
I'm
stuff.
getting everything. So it's just best. I'm coming back with granola, chips. So it's like I try to stay. I don't really do a whole lot of shopping. So that's Shelly's job. Shelly get paid to do all that stuff. So it can wait till she get here. If I need something, she'll do like, because I don't have Lyft, I don't have Uber Eats, I don't have those kind of apps on my phone, so I can't order it. So she'll order it. Right. Like Uber. See, like my daughter used to say, I had my daughter this weekend. I'm trying her out. She interning right now. So
okay.
Shelly gave her the card, so she was in charge of transportation, making sure everybody gets from point A to point B. And she did a great job. I said, baby, you did a great job. I said, but you know what daddy expect now. You're like, yeah, I know daddy. I said, okay. Just so we know. So we clear. Ocho, we briefly touched on the Brazil game last night where Darius Slay came out and said he doesn't want to play the game in Brazil. He said, they already told us not to leave the hotel. They tell us we can't do too much going on because the crime rate is crazy. I'm like, NFL, why y'all want to send us somewhere where the crime rate is high? I told my family not to come down here because I'm not going to be nowhere to be found. I'm going to be in my hotel chilling, minding my business, playing my game after a long 9.5-hour flight. So I don't have no intentions of doing anything. I'm going to eat hotel food. I'm going to be doing everything, but they said it's going to be pretty crazy down here.
I understand where you're coming from. The games in Brazil, they are kind of crazy. Knowing the NFL and the security and the measures that they're going to take, I think the players are going to be okay, especially wherever they are staying. But what the NFL is trying to do is continue to
grow the game globally.
Continue to grow the NFL brand globally in a place that is dominated by the game of football, soccer, for that matter. I understand what they're doing, trying to present American football over there in Brazil. I think it's a great thing. It's a great thing for the game, but I don't want the players to get distracted or focus on the part of not wanting to go to Brazil, but focusing on the game at hand. Yeah, listen, you want to go for the wrong.
Hey, that Carter. Hold on, Ocho. We need to go to Carnival. Oh, damn, you can't go now. You're about to get mad.
Carnival?
Yeah, Carnival.
Oh, shoot, we can go to Carnival. What's up? When is it? We can go. Oh, when you find out when it is, we can go.
Carnival?
We can go.
They be all dressed up.
Chat, when is the Carnival?
Like
Me and Unc
Jamaica
going.
too, don't they? Don't they got a festival like that in Jamaica where the women dressed up in like costume with flowers and beads?
I think so. I know in the Bahamas they have Junkanoo. And I'm sure Jamaica has something as well. I'm not sure
February
what it may be
28th,
called.
Ocho.
Oh, we can go because we'll just be finishing work at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, we out. We
like
out.
A scout on a new route.
We definitely going. We definitely going. But listen, I love Slay. Yeah, we lady. I love Darius Slay. Yeah. I love Slay. I want my dog. I want my dog to focus on the game. We understand the dangers that are going on in Brazil, but hell, you're playing Philly. Philly just as dangerous. Philly just as dangerous. It's Brazil, and but I understand it. You understand the bigger picture that the NFL is trying to do.
Yeah, I do. I understand.
You there for a football game? You don't need to go nowhere. Stay in your room.
Bodyguards. I'm gone.
Oh, you gonna leave anyway?
Give me 4 bodyguards with some Uzi. Come on, let's do this.
With some Uzi?
I need to see something. I need to do something.
Nah, don't do something. Nah, let them boys focus, man.
I focus.
Let them boys focus.
You say how you boys looking down, Ocho? I focus.
Yeah. Oh,
It's tough. Like I said, I played a lot of international games. I've been to Japan twice. I've been to Barcelona. I've been to Berlin. We played in Australia. We played in Mexico. Not a whole. We Japan. It was just hot as hell, and everybody love American money. They bargain with you. Got American money. You got American money? Yeah, I got American money. We make deal. All right, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal here. Let's make a deal. I'm here to make a deal. Man, I got a whole bunch of, I bought that stuff back. Man, that stuff don't work, man. They had that, Japan, like in the 90s, they had like the cassette, the Walkmans and stuff like that. Like, really,
hell yeah.
Players, the CD, the disc. Man, I got that thing back over here, man.
It stopped working?
I think it started working on the plane. I think it might have started working as soon as I got it out that damn store, Ocho, while you bullshitting.
Right.
And I think, you know what?
Yeah.
I just remember, I remember going to McDonald's, and I think like a Big Mac, a large fry, and a Coke was like $15. It was very, very expensive. It was like almost basically triple the price.
Triple what it is here,
in the States.
Right.
But but you already know, it's not that the food is bad. It's just that you're not used to eating the food. So you're not used to eating, things that you're not used to eating, but pizza, Ash will be right at home. We've never gone any place that Ash can't find something that she likes. Oh, you don't like this? Hell no.
Hey, Ash got a palate for everything.
Whatever. Ash, you like Italian food? Yeah, you don't like Italian? Ash.
Yeah, see, I'm not a picky eater either.
Who don't eat it? Is there anything that you don't eat?
Don't like
for a second? No, not really. Pickles. Oh yeah, pickles. What else is something else you told me? Olives, pickles, olives, salt and vinegar. So that's it. Salt and vinegar chips.
Yeah, it's
pickles and olives. Everything else is a buffet.
It's good. Yeah. See, I am one that will try anything one time. And there are 3 things I will never eat. I would never eat because I don't like the texture. Okras, zucchini, and squash.
I don't like it either.
Okras, zucchinis, and squash? Oh, no. Absolutely.
Nah.
Not a chance in hell.
No. Nah, okay. I don't like none of that either, Ocho. I don't like none of that either. There's a lot. I'm really, really picky. I've always been picky. I've always been picky, but I'm picky when it comes to vegetable. I'll try I'll try meat. So if you say, okay, Shannon, okay, this is a possum or this is squirrel, this is armadillo, I'll try that.
Come on, man.
You start talking about some okra and Brussels sprouts and all this, I'm good. Man, I'm telling you, Ocho, you get your nice medium-sized raccoon.
Come on, man. Come on,
man.
Come on,
cut some bell peppers up. Some onion, put that aluminum foil, cut him up, Ocho, and put his ass in the oven by 325.
Nah, man.
Watch him fall out the bone.
Come on, man.
Watch him fall out the bone, Ocho.
Come on,
I
man.
guarantee you.
Ain't nobody
I let my sister cook that thing for you, Ocho. I guarantee you, people think somebody snapping their fingers the way your lips be popping.
Nah,
like your lips popping like that.
I ain't eating no raccoon. That ain't happening.
You eat booty.
Huh?
But you eat booty.
I don't actually eat it. Like
you an eater. You what? No,
I'm not actually. I don't actually eat it.
Gen Z call you an eater.
Nah, you actually eating raccoon. Like you actually eating the raccoon. No, you don't actually eat it.
Tongue up in there.
Like right. They
Man, you need help, Ocho.
Hey, you don't eat it, man. You
whatever.
Just right around the rim, like when you shoot the basketball and the basketball rolling around the rim before it go in.
And guess what? And sometimes they roll, and they go right in the hoop. And you ride, and right in the hoop.
Yeah, you're supposed to go in. You're supposed to go in the hoop, man. You're supposed to go in the hoop, but it's better than eating raccoon. Raccoons eat everything out there. They scavengers. They scavengers.
So do pigs.
Nah, man.
Hold on.
They
A pig
scavengers.
eat its own. There's nothing a pig will not eat. You talking about a guy that grew up on a farm. Anybody that grew up on the farm in the South, a pig and a chicken are the nastiest animals you will ever meet. The nastiest.
Not worse than a raccoon is
No,
worse.
it's not. No, it's not.
Raccoon is
Nope.
worse.
Nope.
Nah.
No,
sir.
And toes. People walk on
What's
them
wrong?
feet,
Listen.
and you eating them.
Listen.
Ugh.
It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with detailing your women. It's nothing wrong with detailing your woman. Now, you stuck in the 80s and you haven't evolved when it comes to foreplay in that area.
I have.
Listen, no, because you refuse to suck on toes and you won't lick no ass.
Okay. Sue me.
You stuck in the 80s. You have to evolve with the times, you know what you need? You need Miss B Nasty just for a weekend. Y'all need to go on a vacation. Let her turn you out and introduce you to some of the things we do in the 2000s. That's all. You'll come back a different man. I'll tell you that.
Man, you know I'm on them rubies now, Ocho. You know I got off them diamonds. I'm on them rubies. Them
What's a ruby?
Sparks. Ocho, I put one of. Hey, I got the way I can talk with them in my mouth like a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
And them rubies, man, I'm on them rubies hard.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
I like it. I'm gonna try one.
Like one of them old 4 car
Hold on,
bumpers.
hold on, whoa! I just thought about something. We talk about these rubies, talk about these sparks. What are the side effects? I need to understand the side effects when you come down, because you know there's a high, but after a high, there's a come down. There's side effects once you come down.
Rug burns. That's a side effect. That's what I've experienced. Now, I don't know what everybody else, but I'm talking about me. That's what I've been experiencing.
Hell no.
I'm telling you, Ocho.
I'm gonna try it. I've never taken any paraphernalia outside of Tylenol and Advil.
Hey.
I'm not sure. I'm at the age now where that is required or is needed, but I think I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it just to see what it can do as far as enhancing my performance horizontally and vertically.
Oh, what's that, man? Hey, you know, like these kids now, in order to, when they study, to be hyper focused. What that Ritalin? What's that medicine that they be taking to make them hyper focused?
Oh, Ritalin. Like, yeah, when you gaming, when you gaming, you take Ritalin. Right.
Adderall, yeah, it gets you hyper. Take it to another level.
Right.
She ain't going nowhere.
All right, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, man. Woo!
I'm gonna try it.
Once you do, Ocho.
But see, I don't want that to be something that I have to acquire every time. You know, and sometimes thing can be addictive based on the sensation or the enhancement of performance that it may give you.
What now? If you not gonna be able, look, that's a situation like, in your situation, I wouldn't recommend it, because once you do, it's like once you do for somebody, there's an expectation level that's going to be a continuation.
See, I don't want them problems.
Come on with your come on now. Come on with your come on. Hey, get good or get gone. Now, what you gonna do? We barbecue and a meal doing. I'm barbecuing, Ocho, every time.
Nah, yeah. See, I don't want them problems, so I might have to stay away from that.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for problems.
I'm a pass. I'm a pass.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Ocho. I ain't passing. But it changed your life.
I'm gonna let you have the Sparks, and I'm gonna let you have that raccoon.
Oh yeah, squirrel, good old fried squirrel.
Come on, now you can't. Come on, Unc, now. Come on now with the
What?
bullshit now. So you eating the squirrels?
Fried. Yep, sure will.
Like you talking about the little squirrels that be going across the power
Yep.
lines? That squirrels that get
Man,
the
we
nuts.
had to go back. We had to go.
They
We had
be
to go
chasing
way,
each
way.
other?
There wasn't no squirrels within like a 2-mile radius of us. We had to wipe them out. We kept them in a pot. Squirrel and rice. Hey, man, please. I don't know what you're talking about, Ocho. Ocho, USA Today revealed their NFL hot seat rankings. So coaches that are on the hot seat. Mike McCarthy was 1. Nick Sirianni was 2. Robert Saleh was 3. Dennis Allen, 4. Doug Peterson, 5. Sean McDermott, 6. Matt Eberflus, 7. You like the rankings?
Matt Eberflus? Yep. He's on there?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me scroll down to these rankings now real quick. Hold on now.
You see it?
Mike McCarthy,
1.
understandable. Understandable. Robert Saleh, I mean, is he really on the hot seat when Aaron hasn't had an opportunity to play yet?
He's been there 2 years.
I think he might have a little grace.
He was there 2 years before Aaron got there.
And again, they'll try to blame they'll probably blame the quarterback situation. Okay. Doug Peterson. Wait, did the Jaguars just make the playoffs last year?
Before. Remember, they was 8-3. They was the number 1 seed and missed the playoffs.
Right. Matt Eberflus is going to be fine. His job is secure. He good. Sean McDermott, I understand. I understand. But I mean, God damn it. The fact that these coaches are getting fired because of
players get cut if they don't perform.
Yeah, you're right. But listen, the coaches ain't on the field.
But I tell you what, you know what, Ocho, going back to that meal.
The coaches ain't on the field.
I tell you what we're gonna do, Ocho. Y'all get them Sparks, road.com, Nightcap. That's them Sparks, them rubies. Ocho, I got somebody right now that'll make you a meal. I know people are gonna laugh, but y'all can Google it. Bull dick and onions.
Oh, hey, you told me about that. I'm good.
Ocho, you gotta try it.
Oh no.
What you mean?
Oh no.
You always want me to try everything. Oh, you gotta get me. Oh, you gotta get with the time. You gotta lick some toes. You gotta do this. You gotta do that.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do nothing.
When you evolve and try it and you come back and say, boy, guess what? I tried so and so and so, then I try your bull dick and onions. There it is. Even swap, even trade, even swindle.
Go look it up. I know y'all think I'm crazy about Google it. And see, they got recipes for it too, Ocho. They got recipes for it.
I ain't never heard of that.
See?
I ain't heard of it until you told me about it.
Google it. They gonna Google it. They ain't gonna believe it though. Google it. Jordan Googling it right now. Jordan say, man, when we going back down south again, I want to try it. I know I got one person that'll try it.
Who? Ash.
Okay. Oh, Bleacher Report revealed their most underrated players at their position. Quarterback was Jared Goff. Running back, Chuba Hubbard. Wide receivers, Brandon Cook, Darius Slayton, Khalil Shakir. Tight end, Cole Kmet. Ocho, do you agree with the team?
I like that. Especially the Jared Goff one. Severely underrated. Brandon Cooks is a good one. Darius Slayton is nice. Nice. Cole Kmet gonna have a year.
I like him.
Cole Kmet is going to have a year. Very, very good, very, very good tight end. Let me see.
Shakir from Buffalo, I guess he's gonna try to pick up some of the slack vacated by Stephon, by Diggs.
And Gabe
Davis in Jacksonville. They lost him too.
I know. I said some of the slack to pick up some of the slack since those two are gone. Well, listen, obviously Shakir showed them something.
What you laughing at?
He
Joey?
showed them something for them to be able to let both of them go. So he's up next. Him and Keon Coleman are up next.
Ocho, the Clippers saw big changes made this offseason when PG, Paul George, elected to leave to the 76ers in free agency. Paul George recently brought his father, Paul George Sr., on Podcast P, which is Paul George's podcast. Paul George Sr. did not hold back when talking about his son's departure. It was hurting. It was like I felt that they stabbed us in the back because I thought Paul did a lot for the team as far as the fan base. The fans was there and he was there. I think he gave 110% what he was asking. It wasn't a whole lot, but they saw something different. Ocho?
I mean, listen, family, his son, defending his son.
He should.
Business, the Clippers, and what they see and how they value are two different things.
Absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
And that is exactly why whatever Paul George felt he was worth, the Clippers didn't, for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean,
for whatever reason it may be.
It's tough when you think about what they gave up to get him.
Yeah.
They gave up Shea Gilgeous. They gave up all those draft picks. They gave up those swap picks. They gave up Gallinari. Right. I mean, they gave up a lot to get him.
Yes, sir.
And as of right now, that
you think it's panned out? Has it panned out? You think?
Oklahoma City. Yeah, it panned out for them.
Right. That goddamn Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, good man.
They gave him up.
God damn.
They gave him up. You look at all the picks, the draft picks that they surrendered to get PJ, and only went to the conference finals. I think when they went once, but that's a lot because Kawhi can't stay healthy. PG couldn't stay healthy. The best chance they had was in the bubble, and they gagged the 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
And I know because PG was home. He wanted to come home. When Indy traded him, he thought he was coming to the Lakers. That didn't happen. He goes to OKC.
Right.
He re-signs, stays in OKC. And then situation with Russ wanted to leave, blah, blah, blah. He ends up getting traded to LA. So he's home. I think he's from Palmdale. So he's probably, an hour away. So he's basically home.
Yeah.
And
he wanted to stay home. He wanted to stay home at that.
PG, you're going to keep more of your money now, bro.
Oh, yeah. LA be taxing, boy.
Ocho, probably the biggest thing on the internet tonight is what Nancy Lieberman said on Stephen A's podcast about Sheryl Swoopes. Let's take a listen to what Nancy, one of the great female women's players of all time, let's take a listen to what she had to say.
That said, Caitlin was, 25 years old. She was, 24 years old. She was a fifth-year senior. Right. She was taking 40 shots a game. Her records were illegitimate. And I got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend. And I said, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you might like Boston. I might like the Yankees. It's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone. And I was like, Sheryl, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Sheryl Swoopes in my life. I'd rather have her in it.
Oh, shoot. The fact that, there's one thing about women. They will sever a relationship quick behind any disagreement. Now, me and you, we can agree to disagree.
And we're going to do the show tomorrow.
And we're going to be straight. But the fact that the relationship was severed because there was a difference in opinion.
Wasn't that strong to begin with.
Despite the facts not being correct, basically what Miss Nancy was saying. But I mean, that's unfortunate because there have been so many situations where this always happens when it comes to women. I hear these stories all the time. Just in this case, the topic has to be Sheryl Swoopes saying something about Caitlin Clark that's not factual.
Ocho,
And not wanting to take accountability as well, I'm assuming, huh?
if the least thing can cause someone to distance themselves, the friendship was never legitimate or authentic anyway. There's no way.
To begin with. Right.
Someone gets off their treadmill and call me and say, well, Shannon, you misspoke about this. I do it all the time, Ocho. You know, I have a lot of stuff. So I might get someone, they scored this many touchdowns, no, they had that many, or they scored this many sacks, or I might mispronounce someone, or I might get a situation where the player is no longer on the team. And a lot of times it's like, I will correct myself and say, guys, before we move on to the next subject, I misspoke. Such and such is no longer on that team, is on that team. He's here. Or I misspoke. He had this many touchdowns. He played this many years, so forth and so on. I'm trying to correct it.
Yeah.
Ocho, if somebody tries to correct me and I sever a relationship or I'm no longer on speaking terms, we never had a friendship to begin with. There's no possible way. And I don't get. See, this is what I'm having a hard time with, Ocho, is because and a lot of times what I've gotten, and I'm not going to talk because I've talked to some of these great legendary WNBA players, and they tell me, Shannon, don't forget about the old guard. When Magic and Bird, they say Magic and Bird saved the NBA. They didn't say nothing about Wilt, Kareem. They didn't say anything about Mr. Russell. They didn't say about Connie Hawkins, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West. I don't give her, look, whatever you might think, never in the history, and there have been some great players came in with this kind of fanfare. Candace Parker was tremendous. Rookie of the Year and MVP and a defensive player of the year. She's great. Maya Moore, Stewie, all of these women were more accomplished college players than Caitlin Clark. But there's a reason why you had a record watching the WNBA draft. There's a reason why the record attendance. There's a reason why jersey sales and ticket sales are up. Instead of trying to be dismissive of the role that she's playing and try to say, well, y'all not talking about well, come on. When we talk about Luka and Jokic and this one, they don't automatically go back and start, well, you remember what Bill Russell did? You remember what this one did? They don't do that, guys. Come on, women.
I have a question. Besides their stellar play in college, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, do you also think that everything is magnified and intensified as far as their popularity, especially as far as the game is concerned, because of social media?
Well, yeah, because they have a following. Yes, they come in with a following.
And exposure from social media as well. Okay.
For sure. Yes.
So the time's a little different when Candace Parker and some of those young ladies were coming out. I think if social media was at its height back then, I think they would have gotten the same type of love because they were just as polarizing and good at the game of basketball as well. So I think the timing for Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is awesome during the social media era.
Yes. But Ocho, two things can be true. Those women were great. They were absolutely great, phenomenal. Caitlin Clark is a polarizing figure, and people gravitate towards her. That's right. That is absolutely that happened. It's okay.
Right.
Caitlin Clark's success doesn't diminish what Sheryl Swoopes accomplished. It doesn't diminish what Maya Moore, what Candace Parker, what Sheryl Swoopes, what Lauren Jackson, what Stewie, what Asia Wilson, whatever they have done before Caitlin Clark arrived. Caitlin Clark's arrival doesn't diminish anything that they've done. But the game is growing. And all these women, I'm glad that some of the women, I wish that a lot of the women could have been in it and benefited from it, because they don't make nearly, I mean, I think the highest salary you can make is $250,000. Well, those women, the Sheryl Swoopes and the Candace Parkers, I don't think they were ever in line to make that kind of money.
Right.
And it's only going up from here. But I think the thing is, Ocho, the best part about what we do is that it's called Nightcap. It's over your head. It's directly to my right shoulder. It's to your directly over your head. We get to talk about what we want to talk about. ESPN don't control this platform. We wanted to talk about the Olympics. We wanted to talk about track and field. We wanted to talk about what we want to talk about. What other podcast, what other network talked about it? Just because y'all say, y'all, ESPN don't tell me what to say. They don't tell me what to say on a first take. How they gonna tell me what to say on mine? This is mine. That's why I created it. Can't fire me from this. We own this. Y'all can't get because what happens is if you disagree with something somebody says, oh, he bought, oh, he just talking. What I get? I don't get no checks. But see, this is what I don't get. You say something good about LeBron, you bought. But they talk about Kobe and Jordan all the time. So how many pair of shoes did Kobe send you? How many pair of shoes Jordan get you? So how many checks you getting for saying that Jordan's the GOAT, that Kobe's the GOAT? Oh, only LeBron is paying folks. Now, when I had Angel Reese's jacket on, when I spoke, Angel Reese, when I tweeted like, congratulations, Angel Reese, Bayou Barbie getting selected 7th overall. Oh, y'all ain't saying, Angel Reese ain't the only one getting drafted. Now, all of a sudden, I'm like, huh? So guess what? I'm going to keep talking. Oh, you don't never talk about Asia Wilson. Really, dude? Really?
Man, they
really.
I mean, it's people that watch clips and they don't watch the whole show.
No, that's people. Go ahead, Ocho.
If you watch the whole show, you would know that we talk about everybody, all the WNBA players that are playing well.
That's it.
We always do. Everyone gets their praise.
But a lot of times, Ocho, this is how it goes. There are a lot of guys in the NFL that play great. Mahomes, Lamar, most of the guys, it's the quarterbacks that gets the attention. In the NBA, there are a lot of players that go play great. It's Steph, LeBron, KD, and the big guns. It's not unique. Y'all make it seem like it's unique. There are a lot of founding fathers that built, because anytime something that's the NBA is 1947, if I'm not mistaken, so almost 80 years. Okay, now you got the NFL over 100 years old. Sure, MLB 150, damn near 150 years old. Yes.
Right.
There are founding. There are people that built this. But how is it her fault when she was born? How is it her fault that fans love her? Have there been great players? Yes. Yes. There were great white players before Larry Bird. He just happened to be the best one. Now, when it's all said and done, Nikola Jokic might have something to say about that. Luka could have something to say about that. And that's okay. That's okay. But I don't get this, the old guard. All I'm saying is this. People wasn't phonetic. It wasn't buzzing. The WNBA, and people didn't talk about it like they do. Instead of being upset about it, I'm going to ride the wave. It might not even be my wave, Ocho. But hell, I'm out here on the surfboard. So hell, I'm going to ride it to the shore.
I'm going to ride it anyway.
But Nancy Lieberman, look, I love Sheryl Swoopes. I've met Sheryl Swoopes, had conversation with her a couple of times. Always been great to me. But I don't think Nancy said anything that's wrong. Sheryl, you just got, your facts are off. She didn't shoot this many times. She wasn't this and she wasn't that. Okay. You get upset because you said something that wasn't factually correct and somebody corrects you. And now that's a ground that you're going to cut off communication.
Yeah. I mean, and also Miss Nancy could be exaggerating a little bit, because what she considers friends, our people don't really consider friends. Oh, sweetie, you're an associate. You know what I mean? Sometimes it ain't really friends the way an individual thinks.
Yeah.
Like, you got my phone number. When I see you, it's cool. But thinking like we actually friends like that, like, come on now. Yeah, but so I kind of I understand.
But think about it. There's
But,
a lot of
you should-
great players didn't get an opportunity to play in the WNBA. And when they came, you got to think
Right.
about how old they were. When they got there, they were already in their late 20s or early 30s.
Right.
It's not like these women now coming out of college at 21 and 22. It was in their late 20s, early 30s.
Right. Dang.
Yeah. I get it. You know what it is, Ocho. You want me to let the elephant out the room?
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Leave the elephant in there.
You know what it is.
Yeah, leave the elephant in there. It's okay.
Most of the people in the WNBA look like us. And they say, why they don't get no praise? Why y'all wasn't talking about them? That's what it is. Let's be real. Let's be real with it now.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. It'd have been interesting if they had social media. What would have been said about Larry Bird? Because the large percent of the NBA was hey, remember
Black.
Isaiah? Isaiah said it. He caught flack. Said if Larry Bird was black, he'd just be another player. They thinking the same thing. If Caitlin Clark was black, she'd just be another player. Y'all wouldn't be hyping it up, Shannon. Shannon ain't got no money. Hey, Shannon ain't signed Caitlin Clark to no marketing deal. He ain't gave her no shoe deal. Y'all need to get mad at the advertisers and sponsors. Don't get mad at Shannon for telling y'all what's going on.
Yeah.
I keep it stacked with you, Ocho. I see.
Yeah.
I get it.
They ain't gonna like that one, boy.
Ocho. I could be mad at Joe Rogan and Pat McAfee and the Kelsey. Hell, I'm doing. Look at the numbers we doing. Look at the views we doing. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me assemble my team. How do we get better? How do we reach different people?
Right.
How do we bring more people to watch Nightcap, to download Nightcap? What do we need to do? I'm not envious because it just tells me that there's money out there. Now I just need to find a way. My team and I, we put our heads together. We study the trends. Where this thing is headed. This is what we do. I'd never be Pat McAfee. Once I saw that, gave me hope. That gave me hope that I could do it. He did it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I'm gonna go, hey, let me do this. I already got one. Let's create something else. That's why I try to scour, try to find people that want to work hard. You're not gonna work hard. You're not gonna put the time in. I mean, I'm not gonna waste your time and implement more important. I'm not gonna waste mine. But that's how I look at it, Ocho. There's money out there. Our job is for this team at Shay Shay Media, you get paid. Okay, what's the idea?
It's coming now.
When we have a meeting, okay, where do we need to go? What do we need to do? Who can we nurture? Who can we foster?
Mm-hmm.
But I've never been. I just guess I'm just wired differently, Ocho. I am.
Yeah.
Because that money out there with Rogan got and Alex Cooper, who's your daddy, the Kelsey, P Mac, okay, Dak Shepard, it's out there.
Oh, it's coming.
Yes, I ain't like
it's coming.
Look at them, what they got in common, Ocho. Ain't bad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get it.
It's coming.
I'm gonna get it. It's out there. I know it is. Ocho, now it's time for our final segment. Now it's time for Q and A.
Q and his A. It's coming. One thing about it, and when it comes, you might not know, but it will be signs.
Adnan Yankori. What's up, Unc Ocho? Are you guys going to air the Dallas show? Been waiting for it. Yes, tomorrow night. The show is getting aired tomorrow night. So we look forward to releasing that and let you guys see it. Thank you, Dallas, for showing up. Houston, Atlanta, everybody that showed up. Like I said, late fall, late spring, early summer. We're going to go. We're going to probably expand it, open it up for probably somewhere between 5 and 10 shows. And definitely hope we're coming to a city near you. Alex Castillo. Guys, how good was the bus? I feel like he doesn't get the recognition he deserves when he was talking about great running backs of all time. Any good stories? I played against Bus when he was with the Rams.
Yeah, I caught him when he was the Steelers. I think early in my career.
I caught him early in his career. He got the name the Bus for a reason.
Oh yeah,
he could run over you.
I was a big.
Yeah, you look at it.
A big boy now.
You're like, man, that little rascal, fat rascal, ain't gonna do nothing. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I caught him with the Rams.
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say. I caught him with the Rams. He was like that.
Yeah.
Kemper, Kemper, you let me down, bro. Kemper, you let me down. You let Ocho beat you. Kemper, you got to redeem yourself, bro. You got to redeem yourself. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm a spelling bee champ for a reason, man. I can't find my goddamn hat though. I know
Ray
that.
Probably threw that thing away. Kemper Norwood Jr. said, who's the team not named the 49ers that has a chance in the NFC to get to the Super Bowl? Packers, Lions, Rams, Eagles, Cowboys. But I would say Green Bay first for me. Green Bay, the Lions for sure. Now we start getting Rams, Cowboys, Eagles, but I like what Dan Campbell has been able to build. Even though I thought he was out of his damn mind when he first got that first press conference talking about he gonna be biting kneecaps and scratching and clawing.
Biting kneecaps.
But
listen, that's the same way they playing too. Biting kneecaps.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody but the Cowboys.
Damn, huh?
Nah, look, it's going to be very interesting to see. We're going to find out a lot. I think the Cowboys open up on the road against Cleveland, right?
Ooh, and listen, and that's a good test too now. That goddamn Cleveland defense ain't no goddamn slouch. That Cleveland defense ain't no slouch.
Oh, no, you just wrote that in there, Ash. 8485 enjoyed the show in Dallas. I'm a Dallas officer giving you a correct address to Total Wine's North Central Expressway. Will Travis Hunter win the Heisman and be a top 5 pick? Man, it's so early.
He's gonna be a top 5 pick. I can tell you that. The Heisman going to a quarterback, man. Shador might win that.
The question is, Ocho, can they win enough games?
That's not fair. I don't like that, because you can continue to perform at a very high level and you should still be able to win the Heisman even if you lose in games, because statistically
because those stats you piled up, they need to impact wins.
Yeah, okay. I like it. Well, who else is out? Who else out there should win the Heisman?
Well, I mean, look, it's one game. Did you not see what Miller Moss did for the USC? Like you said, quarterbacks gonna have 40 touchdowns, Ocho. Look at what Jay Daniels did last year. Look at what Caleb Williams did the year before. What player gonna top that? Bryce Young, 45 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Joe Burrow, 60 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Really, Ocho?
Well, they had
damn near 6,000 yards passing.
Remember who he was throwing to now?
But still, so how do you top that? When a quarterback throws for 45, 50 touchdowns with 5, 6 interceptions, and they go 9-3.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. I mean, it's going to be hard for anybody other than now. They mess around. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, they go 8-4,
Yes, sir.
and Trav has 1,200 yards receiving. He has 10 touchdowns, and on defense, he has 4 picks, a couple of forced fumbles.
Woo!
Now he comes into play.
Yeah. I know when he going top 5. I know that.
Yeah, for sure. He legit.
Hell, shit. Maybe top goddamn 3. Shit.
J-Dub Akron, how did you and your siblings get your nicknames, and what was one of your worst rebellious moments as a kid? When you grew up, and when I grew up, there was no rebellious moments.
Oh, no.
Like I said, all that whatever illnesses that you have now, that kids have now, parents beat that up at you. He's just ADHD. No, when they cut your ass enough, it's amazing how all of a sudden they got your attention. You can sit down and be still. You wasn't moving. You wasn't doing all that crazy stuff. My grandfather gave my sister. There used to be a commercial, Libby. They made canned vegetables. Libby on the label. You will like it on the table. And she would always say that. And my grandfather, they started calling her Libby. My brother got the nickname Spanky. My grandfather gave him that. Gave him the nickname Spanky. I don't know how he got it, but he had that name before I was even born. So, that's, I mean, most of us, got an aunt named Pumpkin. Got one named Top. So, but it's like, if you're in the South, you're going to get a nickname. If you from the South, and I think that's where I got it from, gave a lot of my teammates nickname, you're going to get nicknames. And they're going to stick. And no matter, I mean, you get called somebody a nickname so much, you forget their real name. Because me and Bucket be talking sometimes, or me and Burns, and they was like, man, such and such. I was like, who? What? I said, what do we call him in school? What was his nickname? Or what do we call him on the team? Because I done forgot. I done call him so many times. Hell, I done called Bucket for the last 30 years. I sometimes forget that his name is Daryl.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if you're from the South, you're going to get a nickname. And more times than not, it's going to stick. It's going to stick. Dr. Frankie L. Bellamy, love the Looney Tunes shirt. If you guys had to compare yourselves to any Looney Tunes character, who would you pick and why?
I'm Pepe Le Pew. I don't even know if Pepe Le Pew is a Looney Tune character, but I'm him. Because I love love. I love love, and I love yeah. Sometimes you gotta chase after what you want.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew, I love you, mommy. Come here.
I want to be Yosemite Sam.
What?
I'll be all one.
Yosemite Sam?
I'm trying to think.
You'll be the Tasmanian devil. Yeah, you'll be wrecking stuff.
Because they be killing him. He be dropping ambles. I don't know how he's still alive. Hey. They'll drop so many ambles on his head. Bugs do that man terrible.
Oh, every time. I'm trying to think. Yosemite Sam that's a good one.
Huh? Who?
Elmer. I'm trying to think. Elmer Fudd always had a shotgun, right?
Yeah, with the two little ass hat on his head.
Yeah.
We got a big bald head with that little ass hat. I could be Foghorn Leghorn. I say boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the rooster. That's a good one.
Ocho, I know you didn't see this. According to reports, a man from San Diego ran 100 miles to his girlfriend's front door. Aaron Green, who began running marathons just 2 years ago, came up with the crazy idea to run from his home in San Diego to his girlfriend's place in LA. The entire trek took 32 hours. Would you run 100 miles to your partner's house?
Hell nah. Shit nah. especially 100 goddamn miles. I don't care if I am a goddamn marathon runner. Absolutely not. I want to take the shortest route possible.
I ain't driving
and I'm
100
cheap
miles.
as hell. Man, listen. You know what? Sometimes when you're in love, you do certain things. And when you're in love, you do things you would never do if you wasn't. And that's one of them. Running a goddamn 100 goddamn miles. But listen, it's a part of what he does. I'm assuming he's a marathon runner because ain't nobody else in their right mind would do that. But it's romantic. I think that's cute for him, for them. For me, hell
you
no.
working with a monster then.
Shit me.
I'm just saying.
I don't care what kind. I don't care what kind of monster she got. I ain't running no goddamn 100 miles.
Ocho, I ain't driving 100 miles. Who driving 100
You know how
miles
far
to a
that
girlfriend's house?
You know how far, you know what? I can't even talk shit. Hold on now. Let me back up. Let me back up because I take that drive in the beginning when I first met. I ain't even saying the name because we halfway beefing. I would drive into Tampa at the beginning. We were alternating, going back and forth. So I'm trying to think. That's a 2 hour and 30-minute drive.
Hold on now. I didn't say I haven't driven great lengths.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, I got you.
But not now.
I got you.
Not now.
Yeah.
I got over my back started to bother me if I sit down too long.
Right.
I got 30, 40 minutes max in a car.
That's it.
Anything over that, if they got an airport, I'm flying. When I lived in LA, I flew to San Diego. I live in Atlanta, I fly to Savannah.
Right.
Can't do it. I can't. Hey, no, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You know what's funny? I'm sitting here talking shit. I have never done road trips until that individual came into my life. And I thought about it. I looked at the GPS, but damn, from here, Tampa, boom, I passed Fort Pierce, okay, past Fort Myers. Then I only got 1 hour and 40 minutes. You know, I could do that. And I started enjoying hitting Alligator Alley.
Mm-hmm.
I started enjoying it. I stopped to get me a cigar, get me a coffee, take that drive, put on some Sinatra, put on some 80s, 90s, old school R&B, old school music, and just take that drive and just vibe. And then, like I had done it so long and been doing it back and forth, you know, it's like, you know, it became almost a habit and routine where it didn't even matter. I didn't even realize how long it took.
I couple of times made a trip to Tampa. I drove to Tampa myself, Ocho.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, Ocho?
Okay. We on the same page.
When
now,
I was younger though.
Hey.
I was younger. I was in my teens. I was in my early 20s.
Right.
I ain't know no better.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I ain't doing it no more. I done got you now.
Oh, hell no.
I done got you now. And I got my angels up out of you too. I ain't driving no more. Nah. Shit.
Yeah, I was like, oh no. Yeah, but you know, I didn't put a couple miles on the bed. Tallahassee, Tampa, you know, road tripping.
I like it.
Laney Ray said, hey guys, if you guys could have a cameo in any show or movie, past or present, what would it be?
Columbo. I want to be in a Columbo. I want to be in Columbo.
What TV show would I want to be on?
I love me some Columbo, boy. I done watched it 237 million times. And it's just like watching Martin. If it's on, I'm watching. And I'm laughing and I'm excited like I never saw it before.
Damn. Life.
Man, that'd be
I want to
good
be
one.
in something with Life, Harlem Night, something like that. Because I would be laughing.
Now, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Because I know the people want to run me up out the movie. With Harlem Nights and Life, I know they want to run me up out the movie.
You were rolling, huh?
Because
you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh every time.
You know how, like, in a movie like that, everybody's laughing so much, you miss a lot of it because they talking and the people still laughing and they still telling funny stuff. Same thing with Nutty Professor.
Yep.
So I ended up having, I went and saw it in the theaters, probably like Life and Harlem Nights, probably like 10 times. And then I went to a matinee when I knew like nobody was in there, just me. Man, them people probably thought like 40 people was in there. I was laughing so hard and so loud.
But Life is a classic. I'm not sure who the directors were, but these movies are iconic. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you catch them in the middle of the movie, if you flipping channels, you're gonna stop and watch Harlem Nights, Life, and Coming to
Oh, yeah.
America. Ain't nothing like them,
Those
man.
hey, same thing with Friday. If Friday's on, I'm watching
Oh
Friday.
yeah, Friday too.
I'm watching Friday. I don't care what it is. You
Yes.
know another movie I'll be watching like that, Ocho? Players Club.
What? Okay, that's a good one.
Man,
That's a
with
good one.
Bernie Mac,
But I don't.
Bernie Mac.
Yeah, yeah. I don't put Players Club up there with those three iconic films though. Players Club is good, but Life, Coming to America, and Harlem Nights it's in a class of its
Bro,
own.
in Harlem Nights, you got some of the greatest comedians of all time. You got
Robin Harris,
you got Eddie.
Robin Harris, Red Fox,
Yes.
Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. I'm talking about legends.
How can it not be? Della Reese.
Della Reese. It was so well written too at that.
So yeah. That's my thing. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. I am your favorite Unc Shannon Sharpe. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that like button. And please make sure you go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. And remember, all subscribers matter. You matter. And thank you for helping us matter. He's your favorite number 85, a route runner extraordinaire. He is a Bengals legend, Ring of Fame honoree, a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro from Liberty City. He's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Please make sure you go get a bottle of Shea by LaPortier. If we don't have it in a state or a city near you, you can order and we'll ship it right to your door. We're taking orders now and we have it in stock. Please go follow my media company page on all platforms. That's Shay Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84. That's 84 spelled out. It's pinned. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. Everything is currently 20% off. The Dallas show, remember, drops tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific. That's 10 Eastern. The number 10 Florida State Seminoles loses their second consecutive game, this time at home to Boston College, 28-23. They're 0-2, and DJ struggles. So thank you for joining us for Nightcap. I'm Unc. He's Ocho. We'll see you Thursday after Ravens Chiefs.